Keeping you informed. This is In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS.
Welcome to In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS. I'm your host, Amanda Tempel, and I am joined today by Rita Reller with the Huntingburg Senior Center. Rita, thank you so much for being here today.
Good afternoon. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, how have you been? Busy.
Exhausted.
Yes, you just got back from a fantastic trip that we're going to talk about in a little bit. Okay. But before we dive into all the fun stuff you've got going on, let's remind our listeners, what you do at the Huntingburg Senior Center and where you're located.
The Huntingburg Senior Center is at 511 East 4th Street. We're across from the Huntingburg City office. Come down the alley and around the back. We're in the basement. And on Mondays, we have cinch tourneys on the first and third Mondays, and euchre tourneys on the second and fourth Mondays. And there won't be any the fourth Monday this month because that's Memorial Day, so we'll be closed. So sorry, no euchre tourney that day. And the tourneys start at 12:30. They need to sign up by 11 o'clock that day, so I make sure I've got full tables. Okay. Then on Wednesdays, we have bingo at 1 o'clock. It's no cost. Everybody gets to play 2 cards and no charge. So.
And remind us, is there any age restrictions or any fees involved with, doing the activities at the Senior Center?
With the card tourneys, it's a $1 entry fee, but that gets given out to the first, second, and usually third place winners. Okay. So there's no charge for the bingo. Okay,
and is there any charge just to, when you want to go to the Senior Center, is there any charges for that?
No charge, no admission fees, nothing like that. So just open, and you can come in whenever you want. If you want to bring a group and play cards, that's fine. If you want to join us, that's fine too. We also have board games. If you don't like cards, you can come up and play an assortment of board games.
A little bit of everything.
That's right.
And remind us kind of what is the goal and the mission at the Huntingburg Senior Center?
Well, the goal is to help seniors live a more active life and live longer. And they need socialization. That's crucial for their well-being. So it slows down dementia, too. So we try and keep them active. And
right, because when you're around people, that isolation is what you're trying to avoid. So this is really important, just get together with, people who may become your friends, bring your own friends, family, and that's where you can go to. And I know you've got a luncheon coming up soon, correct?
Thursday, May 29th, we've got a speaker coming, and lunch will be provided that day. And after lunch, we'll stay and play cards and games like usual.
And are there any reservations required for that?
They need to sign up for that the week before so we know how much food to prepare.
Okay, and any cost with that event?
No cost.
No cost.
No.
Okay. Remind us, what's the date they need to let us know by?
They need to let us know by the 22nd of May.
All right. So you got a few more days to get that. Now, I know you just went on a fantastic trip, and that's one of the things you do at the Senior Center. You organize all these great trips.
That's right.
And tell us about where you went last week.
Last week we went to the Holland Tulip Festival in Holland, Michigan. We were there for 3 days. And there was a lot to see. The tulips were beautiful.
And tell us how many tulips you're actually talking about.
They said the city has over 7 million tulips
That's
planted.
Incredible. That had to have been beautiful.
Oh, it was. And so many colors. They had over 110 varieties of tulips. I didn't know there were that many
I had no idea. But great weather, too, when you were there?
Oh, it was beautiful. And we went to Dutch Village, and I got to ride a Ferris wheel and a carousel.
And how did you like that?
Well, I'm not crazy about Ferris wheels, but I was on it. My daughter got pictures of me to prove it.
Well, there you go. So you organize these trips, and I know you've got a lot of repeat customers as well. People, this is something that they love doing, whether they are, traveling, as a couple or a solo traveler. This is perfect opportunity to get out, meet new people, and explore new places.
It's also a good way for the women to get away from their husbands for a couple of days. If the husbands don't like to travel,
you can
come out and get away from them.
There you go. And so you just did this trip, but I know you've got some more planned for the rest of the year. Yes. What do you got coming up?
We're going to the Smoky Mountains in October 27th to the 30th. The cost for that trip is $859 if you're rooming with someone, or $1,108 if you're going by yourself. It includes 3 nights lodging, 3 breakfasts, 3 dinners, 4 shows, including Paula Deen's Lumberjack Feud and Dolly Parton's Stampede. You'll also visit the Titanic Museum and take a tour of the Smoky Mountains. And if you like moonshine, you'll have free tasting of some moonshine.
Well, there you go. And what's so great about this trip is that everything is completely planned for you. You know, you've got all the work done. So really,
That's right.
You just got to make that reservation. You got to pay your deposit, and you got to show up to go on the trip. Everything else is taken care of for you.
That's right. You don't have to worry about parking, about hotels, about restaurants, about admission fees to the shows. Everything is covered. Reservations are due by July 4th, and the final payment by August 21st. So if you're interested, get your deposit in. It's a $75 deposit per person, and checks need to be made to White Star Tours.
And if they're interested in this trip or any of the other trips you have, what's the best way to reach out to you?
They can call me at 812-630-1361, or stop by the Senior Center. I have flyers there. They can pick them up. Or they can check the Huntingburg website or Facebook page, City of Huntingburg and Senior Center. All our trips are posted on there.
Great. Now, for the rest of the year, any other trips planned?
Our last one for the year will be Lancaster Amish Lands for the holiday entertainment. That's December 1st through the 5th. And the cost of that is $959 for a double or $1,228 for a single. And that includes Sight and Sound Theater to see Noah and some other good shows also are in.
Yeah, so if you're thinking ahead of the holidays, that's a great opportunity. Get some friends, get some family. Easy, everything's planned for you.
That's
so you're
right.
taking reservations for that one as well.
Yes.
When do you need that by?
Reservations are due by August 1st and the final payment by September 1st.
All right. Now, what is it about these trips that you love?
Meeting all the people and getting to know them a little better and seeing the repeat customers, repeat travelers.
Right, and I imagine there's some friendships that are formed because, you know, you're hanging out pretty much all week with everybody, so it's a great opportunity, and it just fulfills your mission of what you're trying to do.
Keep them active and moving.
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of moving, you've got a new building that is in progress. Any updates on that?
Well, they're working on it. That's all I can say. I don't know how far along they are. Not too far, I don't think, because I go by and try and take pictures every now and then.
Yeah.
But I do have an address
You
for
have an
it.
address. All right.
It's 1860 Medical Arts Drive.
Okay.
If you turn by Ace Hardware in Huntingburg and go around behind the behavioral health unit that's there, our building is behind that.
Well, we will certainly be there ready for the grand opening when that does happen. And I know you'll be in to keep us updated on that. Anything else you want to share with what you've got going on at the Senior Center?
Well, the meal we have this month is May 29th, and we're planning another one for June 30th. That's on a Monday, picnic and cookout.
Oh, fun.
And before the July 4th holiday, so we'll celebrate that a little early.
Okay, any reservations for any of those?
Yes. The reservations for this month have to be in by May 22nd, and next month by June 23rd.
All right. Well, Rita, we always appreciate when you stop by, and, you know, best of luck with all the new happenings. And let's fill those buses. If you are interested in, you know, any of these trips, Rita's got all that information. She can help you with any questions you may have and get those deposits in because you don't want to miss those trips. Rita, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
All right. This is In.form on 101 Country and WBDC 18 WJTS.
This has been In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS. Catch past episodes on our social media pages and our websites. If it matters to you, it matters to us. In.form.